What's the one Facebook ad that converts more real estate leads above any other type of Facebook ad? That's the one question that I was asked on 3 different occasions as I was doing my one-on-one strategy sessions with the EXP agents that I sponsor. So I decided to make this video to share my response with you so you too can benefit from running this ad. Because at this point, you've seen plenty of videos on this channel teaching you how to use Facebook ads to generate those real estate leads, but there's not enough videos in this very channel to show you how to actually convert more of those leads. So be sure to stay to the end so you receive the entire picture on how it's actually done. Hey, it's Jaime. If you're just meeting, welcome to the channel that brings actionable content to grow your business through online marketing. So if that sounds beneficial, consider subscribing. All right, so let's dig right in. The number one Facebook ad that you need to run to convert more real estate leads is to run a retargeting ad to your database. Let me explain. We all want to get more and more real estate leads in our database. I fully understand that. But with those efforts, sometimes we focus too much on going absolutely wide instead of going deep. So we're a mile wide, but an inch deep, and that really needs to change. And that's exactly what you're doing with this strategy. That's exactly what you're doing by running a retargeting ad to your database. You're digging deeper and deeper and building a solid foundation with your leads. So when it's all said and done, you're gonna find that people are gonna call you instead of you having to call them. This is how you're actually gonna convert more people. And the steps we're gonna take today to accomplish that is create a Facebook custom audience. Second, we're gonna create a traffic campaign. And then third, we're going to select the phone call only option. All right, so let's get to the screen share. But before we go, let's make one quick pit stop at the like button right down there. And I'll wait a couple of seconds for it. This is getting awkward. All right, so the first thing we need to do is create our custom audience. So here we are in my news feed. So this is something that you see on your screen whenever you log into Facebook. So there's nothing new here. To get to the ad section, we're gonna go to the plus right there and we're gonna go to the ad. Now it's gonna prompt us to go ahead and start an ad right off the bat. And we're gonna say no, not right now. And then we need to go over here to the business tools. And then we're gonna go over to the audiences. And here we are at the audience section, and what we need to do now is we need to create an audience, which is the custom audience that we're looking for. So we're going to pause here for 2 seconds. When we create a custom audience, there's different sources, there's different places that we can create a custom audience from. Going back to the strategy that we just discussed, this is the custom audience that we're creating is based off of our customer list or our database, the folks that are already in our database. Remember, you can go as wide as possible, but if you're not going deep with those relationships, the chances of you converting becomes very, very slim. So it's that repetition. That's where you actually get conversion. So that is exactly what we're doing right here with the whole retargeting ad that we're about to launch. So this is exactly what we're doing right now. We're creating this custom audience so then we can call this audience back out when we are running that traffic campaign that we alluded to earlier. So let's get going. We're going to create the customer list right now. And for our purposes today, I'm just going to download the list template so you see what it looks like. And we have something to work off of. So this is what they suggest that your sheet or your Excel sheet should look like. Now you can create a file and have it mirror exactly like this, or you could do a .csv file, I believe, or you can just copy and paste it and straight into the platform. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I actually prefer it that way because I don't like uploading a file. Although it's super simple, I just don't do it that way. So I go ahead and open up the database or whatever I'm gonna upload. I copy this and I go back over here and I get ready to go. So as you can see, prepare your customer list. Your customer list is a CSV or TXT file, which you can upload, or you can just copy and paste it, which is what we're gonna do right now. All right, so check out the differences. Include at least one main identifier. The email or phone number, those are the most powerful identifiers that you can have on Facebook. So make sure that you at least have one of those so you stand a good shot of matching everybody that is on your database to finding them over on Facebook, because that's exactly what Facebook is going to do. When you upload your customer list onto Facebook, Facebook is going to take these IDs and these identifiers and go into its database and find those people so you can have a custom audience to remarket to or retarget. All right, so that's what we're doing right here, and you see all of the identifiers that they use. So I'll give you a couple more seconds to look at that before I move my screen and go to next. All right, so does your list include a column for customer value? You're gonna mostly find this in the service business where you have multiple services, or in the product business if you have sold to them multiple times. So if there's multiple transactions, then chances are you have a customer value. For our purposes, we're gonna go with no, but if you do happen to have the customer value, then go ahead and put it in. Continue with the customer list that doesn't include customer value. So we're gonna go to next. All right, so here we are at the options. You see right here, which we just downloaded the list template, which I just showed you. But now, when you have your CSV file or TXT file, all you have to do is upload it right here and just drop it into the column. It's very simple to do. I just don't do it that way. I like to go to copy and paste, and I click inside of that box and I paste. So remember, if you're on a Mac, it's Command C to copy everything and Command V to paste everything. If you're on a PC, it's Control C and Control V at the same time. That's how you do that. And what we're gonna say is sample customer list, just so we know what it is that we just uploaded. So again, this is the customer data that they provided as the template. This is all fake information. So what we're gonna do is go to next. And right here, it's matching everything up. As you can see, it matched up a bunch of emails because they provided a bunch of emails. Chances are that you're just gonna have one email. So you see email, 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 phone number, phone number, phone number, a mobile advertiser, first name, last name, zip code, city, state, and everything else like that. So for our purposes today, I'm just going to take off these emails. So you see some examples. Oops, take those, do not upload. So I'm just gonna leave one of each, just so you see what happens if it can't match the identifiers. So if you go to action needed, if you upload whatever it is that you're uploading, whether the email, the name, the phone number, the whatever, and if it can't match it based off of the identifier that Facebook recognizes, then it's gonna kick it out over here. And if you know for a fact that it's an email, and it, as you can see right there, all you have to do is go to email and it's gonna put it back over to the mapped section. So what you can see over here. So for our purposes, that's all we're gonna need right now. And we're gonna upload and create. It's gonna take a couple of seconds, maybe less than a second right there, since it's 9 rows. And from here, you can create a lookalike audience. But if you are doing this for Real Estate Leads, which is what this topic is about and this video is about, then that's not going to do you much good because you can't use a lookalike audience. You have to use a special ad audience. So that's not going to do you much good. And then you can go straight into creation of the ad. But all I want to do is go to OK, and you're going to see the sample customer list right there. So you've done step 1, which is created your custom audience based off of your database. So now we need to go on to step number 2, which is create our traffic campaign. So we're going to go over to the business tools, and now we're going to go to the ads manager. Okay, so now that we're at the ads manager, what we're going to do is we're going to go to create, we're going to go to traffic, we're going to go to continue, and here's where we're going to start speeding up because we have quite a few videos in this channel that show you how to run a traffic campaign. I just want to get to the end as quickly as possible and succinctly as possible so you see the type of ad that you want to run is specifically for this type of conversion or getting more conversions. That's what this video is about. So you're going to select it's in the special ad category. You're going to go to housing, and for the rest of the information, I'm just going to zoom right through this. We're going to go to next. Name the campaign, whatever you want to name it. As long as you're able to identify it, you're good to go. Same thing with the ad set, same thing with the ads. You can see here on the left-hand side, it's the navigation bar. On the top, you have navigation as well. So here we are, it's a traffic campaign. We're going to leave it with website. We're not going to worry about dynamic, creative, nor an offer. And then we're just going to leave the budget. That's going to be fine. What's important to us right now is calling that audience back. Remember, we just created that custom audience. Now we want to use it. So what we need to do at this point is we're going to go to the custom audiences right here. and we're gonna find that sample customer list that we just uploaded to Facebook. So remember, you're gonna take all of your customer data from your database, whether that's in your CRM or your email autoresponder. You're gonna have that in whatever format that you have it, CSV, TXT, or you just have the list and you paste it and create that custom audience, which is what we just did. Now we're calling that custom audience back out, and we're gonna only market to these folks. So at this point, the rest of the information becomes moot. So, or mute. I don't know how to say it correctly. So you can, if you want, you can narrow it down based off of the location, but I generally don't do that. I go ahead and just let it run to anybody that it finds, because most of the time I upload the first name, I upload the name just in general, the email and the phone number, so it's gonna map it out correctly. But if you want to geographically bind it, that is okay as well. So I'll show you how to do that. All you have to do is go to edit, and then wherever you got that list from, because the folks could have moved, so I'll grant you that. Depending on the size of your audience, you don't have to necessarily do it this way, but I'll show you how to do it anyway. So we're gonna go to search locations, and we're gonna put a little barrier around where we're marketing. So we're just gonna go to 50 miles at this point. So anybody in and around this area, most of the leads that we got were from this area anyway when we ran previous campaigns or my sphere of influence. But if you want to geographically bind it, you can absolutely do it this way. The reason that I don't geographically bind it is because even if family members move away, friends move away after college and all that fun stuff, they still know you, right? They're still in your database, and they may not be able to use you at that point in time or ever because you're actually in a completely different state. But guess what? Across state boundaries, you have referrals, right? So you don't want to miss that opportunity as well. So I'm just giving you both sides of the coin right there, giving you the pros and cons of using either strategy. What's most important is that you have the custom audience already created, and then you make the decision based off of your business. All right, so we're going to continue going. And this is one of the rare times that I actually leave the automatic placements. It is very rare. Most of the time, if you've watched any videos in this channel, you've noticed that I go to manual placements and only leave the Facebook newsfeed. But today is one of those rare instances where I use the automatic placements because the audience isn't going to be that large. So I'm okay with that. And the type of ad that I'm suggesting is pretty universal when it comes to the dimensions, so I'm not too worried about that. All right, so what we're gonna do now is optimize it based off of landing page views. So we want to optimize the ad delivery based off of the folks that actually load up the web page as opposed to just click on it and bounce out. And we're gonna go to next. And when we get to the ad, again, you're gonna name it, you're gonna use your Facebook page and link it up to your Instagram account if you have one. If not, you don't need to, but just know that that's what we're doing. And now we're gonna go to the single image, and we're gonna add media. So here's the strategy. Let's just say, just so you see the full effect, I'm gonna go up here to the stock photos. Let's see. I wonder if anything will show up here if I put testimonial. We're gonna pretend this is somebody here in a couple of seconds. All right, so we're gonna drop that person right there. And in order for you to launch an ad, what you do need is a primary text, which is essentially the ad copy, and you need an image or a video, which is what you see right here. Available preview of this ad. All right, so once we start typing, it'll start showing up. So I'm not too concerned about that. All right, so what you can see right now is that there's a person right there. So the campaign that you want to launch to get more conversions, remember what we just did up until this point, we created that custom audience, we ran a traffic campaign, now we're at the point where we market to them. You want to run what's called a testimonial ad. What does that mean? A testimonial ad is showing somebody at the title company, showing somebody singing you high praises. You can even just do a review of somebody giving you that 5-star badge of approval on Zillow or on Facebook or on Google. What you're doing with that testimonial ad is you're providing social proof to your sphere of influence, to the people that are in your database. So remember, You pulled all of the contacts from your database and you uploaded them to Facebook. So at some point they had some interaction with you, whether they're part of your sphere of influence that you continually update and maintain, or they were leads at some point that you generated from wherever. So they have at least a notion that you exist. Maybe they don't have, they don't remember you right away, but the moment that you come up, your face comes up, your name comes up, there's a, oh yeah, that's that realtor. So it's a testimonial ad that's going to get people to call you. It's that testimonial ad that's going to bring people, or that's going to, you're going to see right now, are going to literally pick up the phone and call you. The reason being is because you provided social proof. You see that all the time. You see that all the time with things that you buy. When you go to Amazon, when you go to Walmart, when you go to wherever, and you're shopping online, you go to the reviews. You see what type of reviews are there. If it has a 4-star review, 5-star review, then you have a bit more confidence that you can purchase. Same thing here. You're giving people that 5-star review. You're giving people that, maybe you're not giving them the 5-star review, but you're showing to them that you're having success in your business, that you're having success and other people have trusted you to help them buy a home or help them sell a home. So it's that testimonial ad that's going to speak volumes because it's that social proof. So in the primary text, all you have to do is tell a story. So just tell a story of the people that you're highlighting. So again, the ideal scenario here is you take a picture of either the couple or the individual person that is buying a home at the title company, or you can be in the picture as well. Holding up those fancy little or silly little title, My Realtor Rocks thing. I personally don't get into it, but you can certainly do that. So you appear in the picture, you appear in the image, and you're showing that track record of success. And you're gonna tell a little story. Maybe don't give away too many details about the transaction, and certainly get permission from your clients first. But tell a story of what it took to get the people into that closing table, or onto that closing table, or at the closing table, not onto the closing table, because then we're talking about something else. All right, so that is a strategy right there. And then when it comes to the headline, you're just gonna put something about highlighting a bit of the story. Could you be next in the description? So all that fun stuff. But what's important here is, remember, we took all of our contacts from the database, we uploaded it to Facebook, we ran a traffic campaign, and now here we are. The big switch that you need to do now is click phone call. This is what you need to do, and this is a new feature. Nobody is doing this. So now you're giving people, I'm sorry, there's not a preview right now, but we'll make do with that. What you're doing right now is giving people the opportunity to call you right away. That's exactly what you're doing. You're not worrying about landing pages. You're not worrying about websites. You're not worrying about anything. This is a straight call to, it's a straight call to call. It's a straight call to have somebody be on the phone with you quickly. Because remember, the people that are seeing your ads are somebody that actually knows you, or should know you, or you had an encounter with at some point, and you're directing them to give you a call. Well, now that you have the Facebook ad that converts more real estate leads than any other, you might be interested in this following ad copy, which I'll link right here. Also, if you found value today, please be sure to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss another video. And of course, make it your best day yet.